Hello and welcome to Reggae Drumming DIY. My name's Evan, and today I'm going to be showing how I tune my snare for Boof, Baff, and one drop. If you have any tips for reggae drummers, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I would like to start a community of reggae drummers who help each other and give each other tips. So a bit about myself. I grew up in Mendocino County, California, and there's a really big reggae scene there. So that's sort of how I got into it. My parents always played it at home, and we would go to a lot of reggae festivals where I was influenced by a lot of Jamaican music. So let's get started with the snare tuning. You can see I've completely detuned the top head of the snare. All of the lugs are loosened. And for the sake of this video, I'm not going to go over how I tune the bottom head, but it is pretty tight. It is nearly, I would say, tabletop tight. So I'm pressing on it and, there's a little bit of give with my finger. And also the snare wire's tension is pretty high as well, so we could get that nice articulate attack. So to start off with the Boof Baff snare, I'm first going to finger tighten all of the lugs. Alright, now all of the lugs are finger tightened. So now I'm going to take a drum key, and I'm just going to start off with a half turn on each lug, and we'll see how it sounds from there. A lot of people use the star method for tuning their drums, but I always just go around in a circle. Let's do one more half turn and then see how it sounds from there. Also, when you play, always wear ear protection. So I don't think it sounds too bad for Boof Baff, but now we're gonna do a few things to give it an even better sound. So as you could notice, there were a lot of sort of ugly overtones, and a good way to get rid of that is by using either moon gels, drum dots, even the sticky hand toys. And I have another secret I'll show you in a second, but let's see how it sounds with some drum dots on it. Sounds quite a bit better now. If you're like me though, I like to use even more dampening to get a pretty dead sound out of it. So here I have a pillowcase, and I find that this is actually a very good thing that deadens the sound quite a bit, gives it that Baff sound you're looking for. That sounded pretty good to me. We'll leave the Boof Baff tuning right there. So now we're going to tune it for one drop, and this will be easier because we just go up from here. I'm going to grab the drum key and probably just start off with half a turn on each lug again. And with one drop, I feel like it's more important to test the pitch near each lug, and if it's a little off, raising one over the other, because you really want to get that balanced sound with all your overtones, especially around the rim. If you hear any cracking or weird noises coming from the drum too, don't be worried. This is probably just the glue on the snare drum head, and it's settling into the tension. We're gonna keep going higher. We're gonna go probably a touch higher because I think that sounds kind of gross right now. Just be careful when you're tuning for one drop, because one time before a school performance, I was tuning my teacher's snare really high and the head popped and I had to use another drum during the show. So now you can see we have that really bright pop that we're looking for in one drop. I usually like to put like one drum dot on it just to dampen it a little bit. But you can hear that this is a pretty good sound for one drop, and like a lot of Bob Marley songs, use fills with a really high pitched snare. So now you know how to tune for a Boof Baff song and a one drop song in reggae music. Next time we're going to be looking at how to play Boof Baff in one drop more specifically and in more detail. In the description below, check out my Twitter where I post reggae drumming related content. Thanks for tuning in to the first video of the series. See you next time.